Hello, sports fans, and welcome to the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football Wildcard Game postgame show. Well, Sam Darnold tried to step up in the pocket to find a receiver, but there was nowhere to go. The blue and yellow wall that was the Los Angeles Rams defense closed too fast. Uh, Akello Witherspoon uh, got the first knocking. The Minnesota quarterback uh, to the ground as the ball popped loose. Jared Verse scooped it up, and the Rams faithfully roared their approval in their adopted home of State Farm Stadium as the rookie ran untouched for a 57-yard touchdown. Los Angeles quarterback Matthew Stafford was right there with them. Uh, our defense, he said, just went crazy. The Los Angeles football team, uh, uh, but especially the city, had a tough week as wildfires had had disseminated large portions of the metropolitan area. The Rams uh, channeled all that sorrow and uncertainty into a dominant defensive performance, sacking Darnold, an NFL playoff record, trying 9 times to win 27-9 Monday night in an NFC wildcard game that was moved to from Southern California to Arizona. Stafford threw 2 touchdown passes, and the Rams, who are now 11-7, looked comfortable from the first snap. And LA drove for a touchdown on the opening drive, built a 10-0 lead by the end of the first quarter. I thought they emphasized and represented uh, the city the right way. Rams coach Sean McVay said, "You talk about sports offering a platform for people to come together and offer a little temporary relief. I thought the way our team competed tonight, that was what that looked like. Looked like, excuse me. The game was moved to the Phoenix suburbs, nearly 400 miles east of the Rams' home in Inglewood, California, in part because of public safety resources were needed to address the wildfires. LA's next game will be on the East Coast against the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. Versus touchdown with 4:35 left in the second quarter gave the Rams a 17-3 lead. The 6', 260-pound linebacker somersaulted into the end zone at the end of the game, chanting play. End of the game, changing play. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I was going to dunk on the field goal post, but I was too tired, Bruce said, laughing. The fumble return sent the Rams fans into a frenzy. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said some 45,000 of them made the trek from California for the game, and the 63,400 seat stadium appeared full. It was the lowlight of a brutal first half for Darnold, who was making his first NFL playoff appearance. He was sacked 5 times before the break and threw an interception when Kobe Durant picked off a pass intended for Jordan Addison. Minnesota fell to 14-4, had a chance to earn the NFC's top seed in the final game of the regular season, but Darnold struggled in a loss to Detroit, at Detroit, excuse me. His poor finish raises questions about his long-term future with the Vikings after he played this season on a 1-year deal, and I can agree with that. His future in Minnesota is very questionable. So we're going to have to see what the future holds for Minnesota's quarterback Sam Darnold. Uh, so we shall see what will hold in store for him. You've got to play to a certain standard, Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell said, and we didn't do that. The Rams took a 24-3 lead when Stafford hit tight end Davis Allen for a 13-yard touchdown. With 15 seconds remaining in the first half, Stafford finished with 209 yards passing. Excuse me, not 2009, 209. That's my mistake. And completed his first 10 passes, not possessions, passes. Oh, what is wrong with me today? Passes, including all 6 on the opening drive. This time of year, it doesn't really reward you to be timid, Stafford said. You've got to go out there and make plays. Got to go win games in the playoffs, not just hope that things fall your way. Joshua McCarty's 44-yard field goal made it 27-3 on the opening drive of the second half. Kobe Turner finished with 2 sacks for the Rams. LA caught an early break in the second quarter when a potentially game-changing fumble was overturned by replay. Stafford was being pulled to the turf by Minnesota linebacker Jonathan Greenard when the quarterback shoveled the ball forward just before he hit the ground. Minnesota's Blake Cashman grabbed the ball on the bounce and ran 26 yards to the end zone. Officials called it a fumble on the field, but it was ruled an incomplete pass after a replay review. It hurts. It hurt to get the ball back. It hurt to get that called back, Cashman said. I'm sorry about that. But it was early in the game. We've got to continue to grind, play through downs, and find a way to put us in position to win. The Vikings never threatened again. Darnold completed 25 of 40 passes for 245 yards, but lost 82 yards on the 9 sacks. The Vikings managed 269 yards total, and many of those came when the game was already out of hand. They were just better than us today, Darnold said. I left a couple of throws out there that I could be better on, especially early in the game. Just too many mistakes. The LA Rams learned on Thursday that its playoff game would be moved in Glendale, which is the home of the division rival Arizona Cardinals. The Rams traveled to Phoenix on Friday and practiced on Saturday at the Cardinals facility. Vikings offensive lineman Brian O'Neill was evaluated for a concussion. Rams tight end Tyler Higbee had a chest injury, left in the first half, and didn't return. Witherspoon had a thigh injury and left in the third quarter. And the Rams will visit the Philadelphia Eagles in a matchup of defenses that dominated in the opening round. And right now, I've got to give the game balls to the LA Rams. And I took Minnesota and I lost, and so did my brother-in-law Eric Hoyle. We tied this week. Both went 4-2. And so I'm 14-3-3 on the season on the picks. My brother-in-law is 13-3. So we'll see what happens this week. Now the game balls to the Rams. Matthew Stafford, 19 of 27, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. Tyler Higbee, 5 receptions, 58 yards, and Kyren Williams, 16 attempts, 76 yards. And so that means now the AFC and NFC divisional games are set. That is what this means. In the AFC, the Texans will travel to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to play the Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And that'll be at 4:30. It will be a 4 o'clock game. And this is on Saturday. And the 8 o'clock game, the late game, will be the Washington Commanders at Ford Field to take on Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. And the winner of these 2 games will be in the AFC Championship game. And then on Sunday in the NFC divisional playoff rounds, the 3 o'clock game will be the Los Angeles Rams at the Philadelphia Eagles. And at 6:30, which will be the late game, will be the Baltimore Ravens. Will be another AFC an AFC showdown on Sunday. There's AFC and NFC on Saturday. I mentioned those. And that will be the Baltimore Ravens at the Buffalo Bills. So it's the Eagles and Rams in the NFC and Lions and Commanders on the NFC, Titans and Chiefs, Texans and Chiefs in the AFC and Ravens and Bills, they're all in the AFC divisional round. And the winner of the AFC games will go to the AFC Championship game, and the winner of the NFC divisional games will go to the NFC Championship game. So we shall see. This is going to be an intense week of football, and so we'll see what goes on. And I felt LA just really dominated this game from the get go and played well, but Minnesota, they struggled offensively and defensively. They threatened once in the first and second quarter, but that was the only time they threatened. They never threatened after that, and that's why Sam Darnold's future is questionable in Minnesota. So we'll keep you updated on that. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for the Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football Wild Card Postgame Show. And I'll be back later on this week or on Saturday when I do my early AFC and NFC divisional round pregame show. And so until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day and every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.